So, you started going to the gym back in January. Or, maybe you finally started executing on that business plan 6 months ago. You made the decision, you put in the hours, you put in the sweat, and you really did try. Actually, scratch that. You didn't just try, you completely committed to it. And yet, months later, you look in the mirror or you check your bank account, and nothing. Literally 0 visible results. You feel like you're in the exact same place, facing the exact same struggles, and dealing with the exact same you.
And so, you find yourself staring at the ceiling at night, asking a really familiar question. Why does my life change so slowly? Well, let me tell you right out of the gate, this is a completely universal struggle. Feeling stuck is not a sign that you're broken, and it is certainly not a sign that you're lazy. Literally, everyone who has ever tried to achieve something meaningful has hit this exact same wall.
The absolute truth is, it's not because you're lazy. It's because nobody ever told you how change actually works. We are constantly fed this illusion of instant gratification, right? Everything's supposed to happen overnight. But understanding the hidden, underlying mechanics of change is the real key to finally breaking through that wall. Okay, let's dive into this. To understand why progress feels so impossibly slow, we really need to understand the compound curve. Think of this as a phase of invisible growth, where your progress appears completely flat before it rapidly accelerates upward. What's actually happening underneath the surface during that long, flat, super frustrating stretch is that you are building a massive foundation. The growth is absolutely there, it's just invisible to the naked eye. But because that early groundwork is totally invisible, people make a really tragic error. This quote right here hits the nail on the head. They mistake the flat part for failure. People put in the hard work for a few weeks, they don't see the line go up immediately, and they just quit, right before the curve is finally about to bend and explode upward.
So what is keeping you trapped in that flat part? Let's take a look at the 5 real reasons change feels so unbelievably slow.
Reason number 1 really just comes down to this number, 254. You see, you're measuring your progress on the completely wrong timeline. We all want results in a matter of days, but the deep kind of identity change and brain rewiring we're talking about actually takes anywhere from 66 to 254 days of consistent repetition. So if you're vigorously checking the mirror for life-changing results on day 12, look, you aren't failing. It is just way, way too early.
Now, reason number 2, you're trying to change everything at exactly the same time. Think of your willpower like a single battery. If you try to adopt a new diet, a new gym routine, and a completely new sleep schedule all on the exact same Monday, you're spreading that single battery across way too many habits. None of them are going to get enough charge, and by Thursday, you are completely drained, totally overwhelmed, and right back to 0 on the whole shebang.
The third reason is a matter of focus. It comes down to behavior change versus identity shift. You might think your goal is simply a behavior change, like, hey, I want to go to the gym more. But what you're actually trying to achieve is a deep identity shift. You're trying to become a person who shows up even when it's hard. And that kind of identity shift, it doesn't happen just through bursts of random motivation. It happens through repeated, undeniable proof to yourself over time.
Which brings us to our 4th trap, motivation versus environment. You can be the most highly motivated person in the world to wake up at 5 a.m. But if your room is pitch black, your phone is sitting right next to your pillow, and your friends are constantly staying up until 3 a.m., your willpower is going to lose, for sure. Willpower always loses to environment if your surroundings are quietly working against your goals every single day.
And finally, reason number 5, you're comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20. When you look at that person online who supposedly changed their life overnight, you are completely ignoring their 3 years of invisible reps. Comparing your messy, difficult beginning to their polished middle makes perfectly normal, slow progress feel like absolutely no progress at all.
Okay, now that we've identified the traps, let's fix your system. Here is how to actually speed up real change.
There are 5 specific sequential fixes to completely redesign your approach. Step 1, change one thing at a time. Just pick the one single habit that makes everything else easier, maybe that's sleep or daily movement, and master it for 30 solid days before adding a second habit. Slow and singular beats fast and scattered every single time. Now let's look a little closer at steps 2 through 5 because this is where the magic really happens.
Step 2 requires a major mindset shift. You have to move from measuring outcomes to measuring inputs. Stop trying to measure slow, totally unpredictable outcomes like, did I lose weight today? Instead, measure the input. Did I show up today? Inputs are immediate and they are 100% in your control. When you win the input game daily, the outcome is just an inevitable side effect.
Next up, let's look at the language you're using inside your own head. You need to use identity-based language. Stop saying, "I'm trying to wake up early." Start saying, "I am someone who wakes up early." The golden rule to remember here is that every single action you take is a concrete vote for your identity. Make your actions vote for the person you are becoming, not the person you've always been.
And remember earlier how we said willpower loses to environment? Well, step 4 is to completely flip that to your advantage. Make good choices easy and make bad choices hard. If you want to wake up early, physically redesign your environment. Move that phone charger all the way across the room so you physically have to stand up to turn it off. If you set up your environment correctly, it literally does half the heavy lifting for you, saving your precious willpower battery for when you really need it.
Then, for step 5, you have to completely change how you look at time. If you judge your progress day by day, it will always look completely flat. You have to zoom out monthly. Look back to 30 days ago when the foundation was being built. Look 90 days ago during your invisible reps. It's only by zooming out and comparing today to months ago that real, quiet, subtle movement actually becomes visible. Change isn't loud, it's quiet. Until one day, it isn't.
Which brings us to a powerful reminder to close out our mindset shift. The flat part is not the absence of progress, it's the foundation of it. The people you look up to, the ones who seemingly transformed overnight, they didn't get lucky. They simply didn't quit during the flat part. Their life changed exactly how yours is changing right now, underneath the surface, long before it ever showed up on top.
So I want to conclude this explainer with a final, slightly provocative question for you to ask yourself right now. Am I still showing up, even when I can't see it working? Because the truth is, the moment you stop showing up is almost always exactly one day before the breakthrough. Keep putting in those invisible reps. Now, if you enjoyed breaking down the mechanics of change today, you definitely won't want to miss our next explainer. We're going to be diving deep into why some people always seem to get lucky repeatedly and the fascinating science behind manufactured luck. I'll see you then.